Hello, everybody. How's it going? Just wanted to put together a quick update video on how things are going with me here in the Philippines so far. So I'm recording this video. Today is Wednesday, February the 19th. At this point in time, it's about 2:30 in the afternoon. So we're 13 hours ahead of my friends there in the States, in Florida. So yeah, I'm putting together this video early afternoon on a beautiful day here in the Philippines. It's a little bit cloudy, which is actually not bad because there's a little bit of a breeze and the sun is not blaring down on you. I will say this much, the sun here is very intense when it's clear skies. Coming from Florida, I'm used to the heat, so I don't mind the heat, but yeah, it can get pretty intense, pretty hot right in the direct sunlight. But anyways, had a good day today. This morning we went we went uptown down into the city and did some grocery shopping and whatnot, and came back and just pretty much been chilling out at the house. So yeah, I've been here now almost 2 weeks total in Philippines. I have been here at our home base now for, well, Sunday was a week. We arrived a week ago. Our Sunday was a week ago. So the first thing I'll let you know is everything is, number one, everything has been going really good. I'm loving it here so far. It's everything as, so far as what I've come to expect and what I've experienced in my previous travels to the Philippines. However, my previous travels to the Philippines have always been for a span of about 2 weeks or so, a little over 2 weeks, two and a half weeks is the longest I've actually spent here in the Philippines at any given moment. And every time I have come, at some point in my trip, I get hit with a stomach bug. Whether I don't know if it's food poisoning, I don't know if it's just a weak stomach, not used to some of the stuff here in the Philippines. I don't know what it is, but never fails. Every trip, I get hit with a stomach bug, and these aren't I should say light little stomach bugs. These things usually hit me pretty hard, and this time is no different. My God, Sunday I got hit with a stomach bug. And this bout was absolutely the worst that I've experienced so far. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and today is Wednesday. Today is actually the first day that I've actually felt, I had the energy to actually be out and about, felt confident in actually leaving the house and being away from the toilet for any length of time. But yeah, that's how bad it was. Sunday night. So I don't know if it was something that I ate, and that's really the only thing that I can boil it down to is something that I ate somewhere. Saturday, everything was perfect. Everything was fine. We went out to eat at one local little joint here, and I bought some fried chicken. Nothing spectacular, just some fried chicken, and then we followed it up with some dessert. I had a frappuccino, and that's really the only thing that we ate out. Everything else we've been home cooking. My girl, she's an excellent cook. Obviously Filipina. So we've been eating in. We really haven't been going out to eat a lot, and so it had to have been something, and I can't say for sure. But that's the only thing I can relate it to. But my God, Sunday I woke up. I had cramps in the stomach. I had body aches as if I was coming down with a fever or something, or a flu, it's flu-like symptoms or whatever. But boy, my stomach, oh my God, my stomach was not happy. And Sunday night, boy, I had a couple of bad bouts and sessions, heaving sessions, where everything in my stomach just got unloaded, and it was not a pretty sight. So yeah, very, very rough Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3-day stretch. And like I said, today, Wednesday, is the actual first day. And it was yesterday, Tuesday evening, is really the first day that I was actually able to eat something to where I felt confident I was able to keep it down. So yeah, it was pretty rough. So hopefully I don't have to deal with that mess anymore. They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So hopefully my stomach is stronger because of it. But definitely got to be careful as to where I eat and what I do and stuff like that. But other than that, no, it's been great. Sunday, and actually to top it off, Sunday was one of those days that I really didn't want to have to spend all day here at the house because they shut down the power grid on Sunday because they were doing maintenance and repair work on the lines that affect our area. And so they shut down the power grid from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. on Sunday. When you're in this house, the morning wasn't so bad because in the morning time there was the air was a little bit cooler, and there was a slight breeze, so being inside the house wasn't too bad. The afternoon rolled around. It was a clear sunny day. The sun was intense. It was hot. There was no breeze. Of course, with no electricity, I'm just getting here, so I'm not really prepared for it. I don't have any kind of backup generator or anything like that to run some fans or whatever. So the air was stagnant. I was sick, laying in bed, hot, miserable. I mean, I jumped in the pool a few times just to cool off and everything, but yeah, it was not a good day. Of course, I had to get hit on that day. If I would have been feeling good, we actually would have gone out, maybe gone down to the city, gone to the movies, or did something. But just gotten out of the house, so that way we didn't have to, especially in the afternoon. Like I said, the morning time wasn't too bad, but in the afternoon when that sun rolls out, that's the hottest part of the day, and there was just no breeze. There was not a cloud in the sky, so the sun was really blaring down. So, yeah, it was rough being sick here. But for the since that's the second time they've shut down the power grid like that since January 1st. So I'm gonna look into a small generator to where we can power a few fans and stuff. At least keep some air moving in the house next time. But next time I'll definitely plan on going out for the afternoon, maybe going out down to the city for a movie or or going out to dinner or just hanging around at the mall or something. Just getting out of the house so that way you're not stuck in the house. Or we're not stuck in the house all afternoon. But yeah, other than that, everything's been great. No complaints. So I was looking for one of my very first priorities when I got here was transportation. We are in a small little provincial town outside of the main city in our area, and there is public traffic. I mean, there's public transportation as far as, trikes and stuff like that, but we're a little bit off the beaten road. We're not right on the main strip. So if we wanted to catch a trike or something, unless we already had a contact, somebody we could call, we'd have to walk down a little bit, probably about a quarter of a mile or so to the corner to the main street to pick up a trike or something. So I knew before I got here one of my main priorities was transportation, and so I budgeted money aside for transportation. Now, just to give you perspective, the amount of money that I budgeted was about 150 to 160,000 pesos. That's what I was hoping that I could find a decent used car for. Now, just to give you just the conversion rate as of today. 160,000 pesos is equivalent to about $2,800. Okay, it's US. So I was hoping that for about $2,800, anywhere between $2,000 to $2,500 or so. I was hoping to be able to buy a decent used car. I wasn't looking for anything new or nothing spectacular. I just wanted a good, decent, dependable, reliable transportation that I could find. Just could not find anything. The one thing about it, cost of living over here, and mostly everything is a lot less expensive than in the States and stuff. But over here, it is very, very transportation, automobiles, very difficult to find anything good in that price range. What I was finding was, Honda Civics, Toyota Corollas, that are 30 years old. Mid 90s models, maybe early 2000s. But I found a Honda Civic that was a 2004 model. The windows, electric windows, not all of them were working. The air conditioner wasn't working. It just they would just you could not find. I could not find a good used automobile, especially if they were a popular brand like like a Honda or Toyota. For that price range, I just could not find anything. There were several Toyotas that I went, a few Toyota Corollas, again mid 90s models. There was one that was the owner, pretty much took decent care of it. But it's aged. I mean, it's 30 years old. I just did not want to buy spend that much money on an automobile that was 30 years old. There was one van, a Suzuki van. Now Suzuki is very popular over here, and I love Suzukis. I owned a Suzuki. I know Suzukis are very, very dependable. I got family members in Puerto Rico that owned a Suzuki. I owned a SX4 that I bought brand new and never once had a lick of problem with it. There's an SX4 Suzuki that my grandmother bought years ago. In Puerto Rico, and that thing is still running, and that thing has been through hell and back. It's been beat up, and that thing is still trucking along. In fact, I think my daughter's driving it around over in Puerto Rico. So I know Suzuki's, and they're a good, reputable vehicle. But even still, for decent Suzuki, you're looking anywhere. For me to get a good used vehicle that's dependable, I need to budget anywhere from 250 to 350,000 pesos at a minimum. The Suzuki makes a little van. It's like a Mini Cooper, but it's a van. I mean, just imagine what a Mini Cooper is, but a minivan of a Mini Cooper. It's really cool. Probably seeing me get in it, you'd probably laugh, but it's really ideal. And we actually I thought we had a deal struck on one for 160,000 pesos. It was a 2020 model, red. It was very, very good condition, ran really good. I don't know what happened. It was a couple. They even brought it to our house. We looked at it. I test drove it, told them I wanted it. And after talking with my real estate agents that hooked me up with the rental house, one thing she recommended, because I asked her for her input on, when I'm buying a used vehicle, what do I need to look for and stuff like that. And she said, no matter what, if you're buying a used vehicle, get the registration, take it down to the LTO office, which is like the DMV here, and have a registration check pulled on it. Because registration scams or automobile used car scams are very prevalent here. So she said you want to make sure that there's no liens on it, it's not been reported stolen or anything like that. So I was like, okay, no problem. So I advised the seller that I wanted to, if they could provide me with the registration number on it, so that way I could take it down to the LTO and perform a registration check on the van. Well, they came back with, for personal reasons, we've decided no longer to sell the van. Coincidence? I don't know. Maybe I dodged a bullet on that one. I don't know. So what I thought was going to be a good deal and a purchase ended up falling through, and that was really the only thing. There was another van that I was looking at that I could have gotten for 115,000, but that one was not in all that great condition, and I really wasn't all that keen on buying something that may give me some problems, and so I passed on that. So anyways, what I ended up doing was I did a little bit of research on e-bikes. So I ended up purchasing, and I'll put up some pictures of it now. I ended up purchasing this e-bike, bought it brand new, and it's an electric golf cart, for lack of a better word. But it's got turn signals. I mean, it's fully roadworthy. It's got turn signals, headlights. It's got a horn. It's got a backup camera. It's got Bluetooth. It's got everything you really need, and it's got it's got the three seats, so you considered a 6 passenger. So once the kids get here, then at least we can still, travel around with the kids. Now, this is of course not something that I'm going to go, cross country with or whatever, but this works perfectly for me because, it's got enough battery capacity to take me around here locally. We've driven it down to the main city to do grocery shopping several times. Every one of the seats has storage compartment underneath. The only one that I can't really use for storage is the front seat, which is where the batteries are located. But the 2 rear seats, large storage compartments, are plenty of storage for me to. We went and did a full grocery shopping this morning, and I was able to put all of our groceries in the storage boxes underneath the seats and travel home. So it works perfectly. And you know what the best thing is too? It's no registration required. You don't have to register it. So I don't have to fiddle with all of the, registration stuff and all of that stuff to go with it. So it works out great. I paid 74,000 pesos for it, which roughly is around 1,200 US dollars. Like I said, it's brand new. At least I know it's dependable, comes with a warranty. It's not a speed demon. It's got 3 modes, low, medium, and high. On low, it'll get you about 40 kilometers per hour, which is about 24, 25 miles per hour. On medium, it'll get you about 50 to 55 kilometers per hour. And on high mode, it'll get you, I top out around 65 to 70 kilometers per hour. So obviously on high mode, you're using more battery and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's been plenty of battery capacity to, we've taken it up locally here. We've driven it down to the city, and it works perfectly. And it's small, so it's easy to whip in and out of traffic. I figured, for now, it really suits my needs. If it's raining, it's even got a windshield wiper up front. So, if it's raining, I can roll down. It's got a plastic side windows that I can just drop down. If it's really pouring down rain and I don't want to get wet, we could just drop down the side windows, and it's got a little, rotating fan, and it's got a windshield wiper. So, we're good. It really works. It suffices for what I need at the moment until, I can save up money and buy a good used, automobile later on down the road. So I bought that for 74,000. Now remember, my budget was about 160,000 pesos. So I spent half of that on this thing. So this serves my main need of transportation. So with this, me and Muchia, we can basically go wherever we need. We don't have to worry about public transportation, and do whatever we got to do. I decided, since I only spent half of my budget on that, let me look for a motorcycle. At least with a motorcycle, it's gas powered, and for the trips that we may want to take, maybe for sightseeing, because around this area there's a lot of falls, a lot of nature out there. There's a lot of places that I want to, eventually pan out and go visit and stuff like that. And so having a motorcycle is perfect for that. It's gas, and I figure, as a backup. As something that we want to be able to just take, a day trip and go ride around and go sightseeing and doing whatever, motorcycle will work out great. So I ended up buying this motorcycle. It's a 2020 model. It's a 150cc Kawasaki. I picked this up for 30,000 pesos, which 30,000 pesos is roughly about $550. The motorcycle was in excellent condition. As far as cosmetically goes, it's used. It's got scratches. It's the paint jobs scratched in a few places, but there's nothing broken on it. The owner maintained it very well. He was a young guy, and he took very good care of it. There's no modifications. Everything was stock, and so and it runs great. Another benefit is too that he was the original owner. He is not the original. I'm sorry, he's not the original owner. He's the third owner, but he's the current registered owner, which is the important part, because that's another thing over here that you will get, and it's not dissimilar to what can happen with titles in the States, is, you go, you buy a car, and if you buy a car, you may not be 100% sure if you're going to keep the car. So a lot of times you'll have them sign the title over to you, and they'll sign the title over to you, but you'll never transfer it into your name. So you get that a lot in the States. You'll buy a car from somebody who never transferred the title. But the thing is that vehicle's not registered. Here, the registration goes with the vehicle. Registration does not go with the owner, with the person. So the registration always stays with the vehicle, even through transfers of ownership. So people can renew a registration, but never never transfer ownership to themselves. All they got to do is go back and renew the registration at the DMV, at the LTO, and never transfer ownership. And so if that happens too many times, or if you buy a vehicle and they're not the registered owner, it can cause problems in getting the transfer of ownership if you don't have the proper identification, if they can't contact the original owner, if you don't have original deed of sale. I mean, there's just a lot of problems that can arise if you are not purchasing something that is from the currently registered owner. So that was a benefit to this motorcycle as well. We bought it from this gentleman. He was the current registered owner, so I knew that we wouldn't have any problems as far as registration goes on that. I was looking at buying a brand new motorcycle. And I could have probably picked up a brand new motorcycle, another Kawasaki 150cc model, for about about 60,000 pesos. The problem with that, though, is a brand new motorcycle, automobile, no matter what, if it's brand new, it has to be registered, has to be titled, certificate of ownership, all of that stuff. That original registration, all that stuff has to be taken care of. You can't legally drive it until all of the paperwork is done. All the paperwork and transfer of ownership, registration, all of that stuff can take up to 3 months. So I'm like, okay, so if I buy this motorcycle and I pay you cash today, it can be up to 3 months before I'm actually able to drive it? Yeah, that doesn't work for me. So anyways, I decided to just go the used route. This motorcycle has a registration that is good until July, and we were only in February, so I've got until July, a good registration. I can ride the motorcycle, and I don't have to worry about not having access to the motorcycle to be able to ride it legally until I get it transferred into my name. So that's another benefit of going with this route on a used route, because it's already registered and legal to ride, and all I got to do is go down to the LTO. I've already got the deed of sale. I've got all the paperwork done that I need. I just need to go down to the LTO to take it with me and process all the paperwork and have them transfer the motorcycle into my name. And I apologize for, I'm leaning on the desk here and I'm shaking, and my laptop and camera and everything is shaking around. So I'm going to try and keep my elbows and hands and arms off of the desk, because it's shaking my computer desk, and so it's shaking the camera and stuff. But no, that's pretty much it. Other than that, I mean, my sleep cycle is I'm normal now. I mean, really, the jet lag is no joke. It took me probably close to a week before my sleep cycle started kind of getting in sync with the time. My body was just, I mean, you get over here and it's just, I mean, there's a 12-hour, actually 13-hour difference from right now, from Florida time. And so it's like, yeah, your body's like all out of whack for a good week. And that throws off your stomach, your digestive system. I mean, everything about your body just gets completely thrown out of whack and is out of sync. So took me a good week to get that adjustment completed and everything. But but yeah, and the good thing is too is my what I do for income. I'm day trading, and really it's actually night trading now because I trade the New York Stock Exchange, which opens at goes from 9:30 a.m. until 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I only trade the morning session from 9:30 a.m. until 11:30 to 12 o'clock noon, and so for right now that's 10:30 p.m. for me. So I work a couple of hours at night, I go to bed, and I've got all day long to do whatever I want to do. So I knew that before coming here. That was one of the things that I was really looking forward to too, because I get my whole day to do whatever the hell I want to do, and then I log in for a couple of hours at night. And do my trading and earn my income and go to sleep and then wake up and do it all over again. So I'm looking forward to, like I said, now that I got the motorcycle and that, I'm looking forward to spanning out, doing some sightseeing and stuff like that. There's some beautiful waterfalls. There's several of them in this area that are like within a 30-minute to 45-minute ride, circumference of where I live. There's just a lot of beautiful scenery and places to go. Excuse me, to go hiking and stuff like that. So, stomach is still not 100% yet. But anyways, yeah. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to be videos that I'm going to be uploading and later on down the road as I kind of branch out and start doing some of the more fun stuff and going on some adventures and stuff like that as we get in. As far as when we plan on bringing the rest of the family down, the girls are in school until towards the middle to end of April, and so we want them to finish school where they're at right now. Once they finish school, then we'll go ahead and bring them over here, get them transferred to the local school here, and then they'll be with us. So until April, it's just me and Mucha right now, and so we have plenty of free time to ourselves to do whatever we want to do. So I want to take advantage now that I'm getting settled in. I had a lot of expenses, which I expected to, because there's this is being a brand new house, brand new to us, brand new house period. So there was a lot of stuff that needed to be regular, normal, everyday things like toaster, microwave, just a lot of everyday necessary items that I knew that we were going to have to purchase. So we've been purchasing, things as we've come across them. I tell you what, while things are less expensive here in the Philippines, and there's hardware stores and places, appliance shops and stuff that I can go to here locally, TikTok Shop is the king. We can buy just about everything we need off a TikTok Shop, and for dirt cheap. Now, granted, they're brand names that you've never even heard of. They're mostly Chinese, Korean made, whatever the case may be. So they're very, very. The quality is, not going to be what we're used to, but they work, and a lot of the stuff is good quality. So I haven't. The only thing right now that's kind of iffy and kind of sketchy that I've been having some problems with is a Wi-Fi extender, because this is a 2-story house. The router is downstairs, so upstairs Wi-Fi signal is a little bit sketchy sometimes. So I wanted a Wi-Fi extender. The Wi-Fi extender that I bought though it's given me a few problems. Other than that though, everything, I bought a little computer desk. Bought a couple of monitors. So I mean, it's just a TikTok Shop, like I said, it's like Amazon. I was an Amazon fanatic. I mean, when I was at home, almost every day there was something coming in from Amazon. Well, TikTok Shop is my new Amazon here. If I find something that I need, right now I'm trying to, do away. Not a nice to have is on the hold list right now. Until I start generating, or until I recoup some of my expenses and get money back in the bank and actually get the money, income flowing and everything. I'm going to hold off on some nice to haves. But as far as necessities go, and usually within a week, we've gotten everything. Usually within 4 to 5 days, even less than that. It's been quicker. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But this has been a little bit of a lengthy video. But anyways, I wanted to give you all an update as to how things are going right now. And and yeah, I'll close this video out with a little bit of footage on our trip that I put the 360 cam on, and to kind of give you a little bit of an idea as to the traffic in downtown whenever we went to do some groceries today. Now, this speed right here is the top speed of the bike. I do have it on high mode right now. So when we're heading into town, we're slowly declining. So we're at a higher elevation than what downtown is. So there's a slight bit of a decline here. So I put it on high mode, and I can cruise about 70, 71 kilometers per hour when we're going into town, and it's because we're going downhill, we're not using very much battery power. There's not a whole lot of load on it, so the battery drain is not that significant when I'm using high mode. And not that you can hear it, but the Bluetooth does allow me to obviously connect my cell phone, and so I can play music through the. It's got 2 speakers supposedly. It's missing 1 speaker. They're supposed to order me a second speaker, but it's loud enough for obviously the people up front to hear the radio. So I'm able to listen to my tunes and whatnot as I'm cruising down the road. And as we get into downtown, you can see the traffic congestion. The majority of traffic is obviously motorcycles and trikes. So that's why having an e-bike is pretty good, because you can kind of whip in and out of traffic. There are no stoplights or traffic lights or anything like that. There are stop signs. There are intersections that pretty much you go with the flow of traffic. It's basically everybody just kind of goes with the flow of traffic. I mean, you go with the flow, you stick your nose out there, stop traffic, and everybody behind you follows, or you follow in the person in front of you.